The More for Four Legacy Store. The More for Four Legacy Store is not slotted to come on board until probably around 2027. This is not the same thing as our online shop, which is where you could buy t-shirts and things like that. This is a brick and mortar warehouse, and we would have a number of them throughout the country, located primarily where our housing is located. This will work in conjunction with our Home Matters program, not exclusively, but in large part, because we know that people who will live in our housing program are mostly going to qualify because they don't have somebody to live with. They don't have family. They don't have other people when they do pass away to leave their things to. Now, I know me personally, any assets I have are all going to charity when I die. And now that More for Four has been created, I know which organization that's going to. So when people are deciding what is supposed to happen after they've passed away with their belongings, whether they're in our housing program or not, we had to think about what do we do with these things. Obviously, it calls for an actual warehouse to store these things, but also we can create not only a place for people to leave their things, but a legacy, meaning that, if you have furniture that could then go to another stage 4 cancer patient in need, that would probably bring joy to a lot of people to know that. It certainly would for me. So this will require us to have warehouses, and that gets complicated in terms of where they would be located and what kind of radius we could support in terms of bringing things to them or collecting items they may want to donate now or later. We do not envision a public-facing storefront, meaning that people could come in at any time to purchase items such as you would through a thrift store. We will have sales days where the general public can make purchases, but our first priority is to take items that have been donated and get them in the hands of cancer patients who need them. As this program expands, we envision a bit of a social enterprise business connected to this, and that would be part salvage and reuse and part social services program. Early on, when people are in our program, before we have this set up, we will just donate what we can to other organizations, but this is our solution long-term, knowing that we're going to end up with assets that we need to be able to figure out what to do with. So this will enable us to help people who need it within our own community. We'll be able to sell items periodically throughout the year to bring in some extra dollars to also support our endeavors. And eventually we'll have a dual purpose salvage and pickup delivery team that will work in given areas, perhaps similar to how we have regions set up for our Canada Cares program. Another component to this is when somebody might donate a home to us, if we have to tear down a structure and maybe might be able to salvage some of the construction materials, that could be anything from cabinets and fixtures to brick, whatever. Somebody might be redoing their kitchen too and call us and say, do you want these things? We'll take them. And they get a tax write-off. We might be able to use something in one of our structures to improve one of our housing units or to build tiny houses. So we're looking at this at all different levels. And what I'm going to say on this is that, I am all about legacy. And I'm sure that a lot of people think about that too, especially when we're living with stage 4 cancer. More for Four is my personal legacy. And I will always treasure the chance to be able to do this, and hopefully for a really long time. I'm leaving my body to science, another way to leave my legacy. And certainly, if I have any assets that could be of help to somebody else living with cancer, that's what I intend to do. We know it's a delicate thing to talk with people about what is going to happen with their belongings and so forth when they're no longer here. But we do think about this as cancer patients because we need to plan for what happens when we can't take care of things ourselves. I know I'm not the only one who thinks about how I can better people's lives even after I'm not here anymore. And so the Legacy Store gives people another opportunity, another avenue for leaving their own legacy.